Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's time for your TNA Event Center Wrestling Report. And now here's the man to give you that report, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977, episode 1993. 1993, yes, the year that debuted the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TV show and turned to a big 30-year phenomenon, to say the least. And also, it was the debut of Monday Night Raw this year. That's right. 30 years ago, over 30 years ago, 32 years ago, Raw made its debut on the USA Network. Now we are here. Now it's here on Netflix, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed day, and had a wonderful, blessed day. Tomorrow, final day of the work week, and then it's the next couple of days off. And ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is TNA, as you know, TNA is continuing on until Rebellion and all that. A lot of things, a lot of developments are happening. Nick Nemeth, the former TNA champ, comes out to kick off Impact to address his future. Ryan Nemeth comes out, complains about Nick Nemeth not being the champion. Hey, Nick knows, listen, Joe Hendry's the champion. Yes, it is. But, 2025 just started, he says. It doesn't have to be a big moment for me. It could be a big moment for you. He wants to look out for his little brother. I say, we can go after the World Tag Team titles and all that. And then First Class interrupts them. And then both teams were trash-talking each other. Santino Marella comes out and said, hey, how about this for the main event? First Class versus the Nemeth brothers. And then Gia Miller interviewed Ariana Grace. And as Ariana was talking, Tessa Blanchard interrupted both of them and then tells them both to leave, and then Tessa Blanchard goes, everyone backstage. Tessa Blanchard answers to no one, drops the microphone, and I just got a weird thought. What if Tessa, and I forgot to mention this on Rant and Rave, so I do apologize to Brandon and Jordan and William and Michael for not bringing her up, but what if Tessa Blanchard, with the working relationship with TNA and WWE, what if Tessa Blanchard enters the Women's Royal Rumble this year? I mean, imagine the possibilities. Can we see daughters of the original Horsemen go at it? Charlotte Flair and Tessa Blanchard? Question is, are they going to allow Tessa Blanchard into the WWE? If anything that could ruin a working relationship between WWE and TNA, it would be Tessa Blanchard. Controversial, but she's trying to clean up her image and all that. But we shall see what happens. No, yeah, Tessa is very beautiful, there's no doubt. But can she keep it together to the point where can she make a huge dent in the women's division? Who knows? And with Jordan Grace signing on with the WWE, she may end up being part of the Royal Rumble herself. Who knows? So Tessa Blanchard, watch out for her. And then in the knockouts, continuing knockouts, Zaya Brookside was talking to Cora Jade. Cora Jade was being rude and disrespectful towards Zaya Brookside. As Cora Jade goes one-on-one with Hyann for the very first time. Hyann was part of Booker T's Reality of Wrestling. At the time, she was managing Fallah Bahh while she was there, if I'm not mistaken. But Cora Jade ends up winning the matchup and attacks Hyann after the matchup. And then Zaya Brookside chases Cora Jade off. But then Jade decides to attack Brookside from behind. But then Masa Slamovich, the Knockouts World Champion, chases Jade off. And so Gia Miller interviewed Wesley, Tyreek Igwe, and Tyson DuPont, who says that nobody from TNA should be touching the NXT tag titles except for my boys, he said. Tyson DuPont and Tyreek Igwe. And then the Elegance Entourage confronts Santino Marella about the Knockouts tag team title situation. But I said, I'll look this over and get in consideration. As a good news, both of you are involved in a Knockouts Battle Royal to determine the next contender for Monster Slam Adventure World title. Spitfire comes up, talks smack to the Elegance entourage. That's Ash and Heather by Elegance and the personal concierge. And Santino Morello says they're also in the Knockouts Battle Royal. Then the two teams continue to argue, and Santino breaks it up. Leon Slater went one-on-one with Brian Myers. Brian Myers ended up winning that matchup. Steph DeLander was talking to Mance Warner, and then Warner decided to attack a cameraman, or was it Sami Callihan? And then Slater was trying to be, Frankie Kazarian was talking to Leon Slater after his loss, but Kazarian was more than condescending, being a jerk at this point. And then the system interrupts them and said, hey, it's a good idea, we'll get him as a secretary. And the Hardys stood up for him, and so stood up for Leon Slater, saying he's the future, he's got awesome moves. And so they challenged each other to a matchup, which is made next week as Moose, JDC, and Eddie Edwards will face the Hardys and Leon Slater. Meanwhile, Sami Callihan and Mance Warner brawl to the ring. Looks like and Sami Callihan attacking Mance Warner with a chair in the middle of the ring. So we shall see what happens between those situations. Steve Maclin very concerned about Eric Young. He says, listen, I understand. Can you trust? Listen, I'm not going to stick around to find out what happens. And then Eric Young's like, okay. Ended up, Steve Maclin was very concerned about Eric Young, if he can trust Josh Alexander. And their tag team match against the Northern Armory. Laredo Kid went one-on-one with Mustafa Ali. Ali won the matchup, and then Ali addressed his first victory since he signed. And as he was talking, Mike Santana interrupts Ali and properly challenged him to a matchup. And Ali says, you know what? I got someone. Now, he's always ready. I'll see, And then all of a sudden, Mike Santana goes, something's wrong with that dude. And that person? Matt Cardona. Meanwhile, then Eric Young and Josh Alexander against the Northern Armory, Judas Icarus and Travis Williams in a tag matchup, and there we go. In a tag matchup. Yeah, sorry about that. And during the matchup, as Josh Alexander goes for the tag, he tags in Eric Young when Eric Young's ready to fight, but then he turns on Josh Alexander, knocking him out, and then leaves the Northern Armory to attack him. The match was thrown out. Eric Young aligned himself with the Northern Armory. I wonder how Steve Maclin would feel about that. We'll find out next week on Impact if that's the case. Ace Austin went one-on-one with Wes Lee, and Tyreek Igwe and Tyson DuPont got involved during the matchup, giving Lee the victory. And then on all three men were attacking Austin after the matchup, the Rascals came to help Austin. Joe Hendry decided the new TNA World Champ announces a concert for next week, and the Nemeth brothers went in a tag match against the First Class, and the Nemeth brothers ended up winning that matchup. So that is it for the TNA Event Center, the final TNA Event Center for January 2025. Episode 1993. We're 7 episodes away. Seven episodes away from 2,000 episodes. Would you believe that already? And 11 o'clock only rang, 3 or 4 times? Really strange. So I'll tell you what's going on tomorrow. As you know, tomorrow is my last day of the work week. So I do have scheduled Saturday off from now on until, things change. Also, let me see, tomorrow we'll get Bullseye, SmackDown. I'll be on Chilling with Jordy during that time as well. So I'll be talking about that. As you know, I have Saturdays off. I can do my show afterwards. So I'm having a lot of fun here. So, yeah, we're going to do this thing. So, totally excited to, let's say, another weekend. We got the Royal Rumble coming up, Collision. February will be starting this weekend, folks. Tomorrow will be the last day of January. So, you know what? I forgot. Shenanigans, Statesmen of the Statesmen. I'm doing my first Shenanigans, Statesmen of the Statesmen for 2025. First one overall. So I'll see what I think it's 15th or 16th overall. So ever since starting the show. So thank you for tuning in. So I will see you guys later. Now tomorrow, I'm going to do a little bit of shopping afterwards because I'm getting paid tomorrow as well. I'm going to come home, relax, and we're going to have some fun. So that's all the time we have on this episode of the show today. Like I said, tomorrow, a lot on the docket, so thank you for tuning in. And until that next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doing for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.